Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hope everybody is doing well. Once again, Anlanda's here.
Hello again.
I
missed y'all a little bit.
She missed y'all a little bit.
A whole lot.
So today we are going to discuss a little incident that happened. And I don't get to start the story because it's Anlanda's story. So she gets to start the story and tell us, about the story. And then we'll just jump in to get our conversation going. So go ahead.
So let me tell y'all what happened. So I started a health journey maybe a little over a year ago. So me and Nitra have this thing where, we keep each other motivated and encouraged around health and wellness. And she says to me one day, Anlanda, you was getting fat and you was not moving.
The lies. Oh,
okay.
Not.
She may have not said that, but that's what she meant. So she says, I want you to try this boot camp with me at 5 a.m. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Do you know I got to get up at 4 to be ready and across town? I did it. I absolutely fell in love with it. The truth of the matter was I was in a little transition spot. So I was sleeping and eating. Pretty much that was it. Sleeping and eating. So I was not moving and getting big. She says, do this boot camp with me. So we go to the boot camp. I fall in love with it. Then I pay for the membership after the trial. Fast forward. No. Before we fast forward, my doctor had told me I was a 10th of a point on the scale from being pre-diabetic. And she gave me 30 days to work on my blood pressure on my own before she gave me the prescription that she was already going to prescribe me for high blood pressure. Because she'd already told me which one I was going to have to take, how frequently or whatever. I said, well, just give me a little time to work on it on my own.
Pre-diabetic and high blood pressure.
And high blood pressure. And big. Now, let's be clear. I was bigger than I've been in a long time. And so I go to this boot camp. I can barely do any of the workouts. A burpee. I remember the first day at camp, I was like, my heart about to explode. I think I'm going to die while I'm in here. My favorite trainer even said to me, she said, Yolanda, I still remember your first week. And I said, why? She said, because you walked out of camp and was like, I think I left my kneecap in the corner. I couldn't do any of the stuff. So fast forward to me being a part of this camp a year later, and I can pretty much do any workout that they put ahead of us. Bear crawls, my knees don't like it, so I monster walk. Whatever, I can modify, but I can pretty much do the workout without any hesitation. Last week, we had to do this workout where you, on the bar where you do a pull-up, you jump up, grab it, and then you bring your knees to your chest, bring your legs down, and you come off. Well, I'm about this tall. Y'all can't tell, because I'm sitting beside her, and she about this tall, too. Shade. And so I'm trying to reach it, but my fingertips are barely touching the bar. And I was like, I can't do it. So one of my other trainers comes over. She was like, just tap it. And I'm tapping it. So I jump up and I tap it. Then she was like, so now you know you can touch it. So jump up and grab it and just hang there. So of course, once I hang there, I think I'm falling. So I bring my knees up to my chest, bring them down. And she was like, yeah, you did it. That's one. One of my counterparts who was beside me, and she does the 5 a.m. class with me every day. Or I do it with her because some days I don't come. She don't miss a day. I'm trying to get a step stool to step up on and then get on the bar. She's looking at me like, just jump up there. So needless to say, I've come a long way from that first week. And after that, I end up just doing the exercise because I can do it. The point that I'm making is, when I went to my last doctor's appointment, she said, Yolanda, not only are you not pre-diabetic or close to it, you're on the other end of the spectrum now. And then, of course, they do your blood pressure, they do your blood work, and she said, that's not a concern for you anymore. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm scrolling social media, and I get this inbox message, and it says, and I paraphrase, but I'm probably quoting. Hey, Yolanda, haven't seen you in a while. I see from your page that you're doing workouts. It's interesting, you don't seem to be dropping weight. We should talk. So, of course, I immediately get offended. I immediately get offended. And so when I say something, back and forth in the message with her, she's trying to sell me some weight loss tea. But she continues to insult me about not dropping weight. Here's the thing. I gained 12 pounds. 12 whole pounds. But at my gym, they do a body weight scan. Like, they scan your entire body, tells you your percent of body fat, how much muscle you have, how much water weight you have, all of that. So I gained 12 pounds, but it's all muscle. Well, 11 pounds of it is muscle. And my body fat percentage went down. That's the wins you can't see. And so had I just been focused on the number.
Hold on. You can see those wins. But folks who only looking at you going from this much to now that much, that's all they ever looking for.
Right.
You might not see these curves, but he see these curves.
And like them, every one of them. Listen, I have been known to carry my belly and my booty in the front. But honey, them burpees, bloop, she coming on through. She coming on through. Y'all better watch me now. Watch me. But you can't see the win of blood pressure, diabetes. You can't look at me and say, oh, now she's not. Right. What you can say is she is toned. She's more toned. She's stronger. She came into this gym with these big old shirts on, trying to breathe, and now doing 5Ks on Friday that I'm running some of. I ain't run it all, but I did run some because I'm used to running the fence at boot camp. And so my thing is, here you have this person who was only on my social media maybe 3 days because I had just accepted her friend request. We used to work together. And you scroll through to see what you can see so you can offer me what you're selling, and you don't realize and then my friends was like, who is she? Tell her. No. I left her up long enough to know that I called her out, but not long enough for y'all to cuss her out.
I put them eyes up. Who is this?
Who are we talking about?
I think I might have sent her, called her.
She picked up the phone and called her.
So I can see her face. Who is this?
Who are we talking about? So of course I had to tell her who it was and tell her how I handled it, because they was coming for her. Because they know the struggle that I've gone through over the last year and a half, not just with my physical health, my emotional health. I went through a horrible breakup that, most people close to me didn't even know I was dealing with. You had to be real close to me to know how I really felt about it. And so I went through that change in work. I was self-employed, but then my contracts went away with the pandemic early. And so I was struggling financially. The one thing that I could do was go to this boot camp and compete against myself. And in the process, moving, getting up, going, it motivated me physically, but emotionally and mentally, it reminded me, you got to get up and do something. And so for the young lady that, dropped in my DM real quick and found out how serious I take where I am, you have no idea the struggles people fight every day, because most of the time they will show up wearing a smile so you're not offended. You have no idea.
Non-scale victories. That's what we're talking about. And even me, probably maybe 10 more pounds will be that's where I want to be. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It'll just be where I want to be very comfortably. But I went from, because my knees are, I've been working and, sometimes they just don't want to act right, to actually wearing heels, and not just heels, 4-inch heels. And they was cute. Walking in them, standing and dancing around in them. So, everybody want to look at you and just be like, but I think the biggest thing is worry about yourself. Because there's a lot of people who are extremely comfortable where they are.
Exactly.
I don't go, and everybody don't go to the gym to drop or go work out to drop weight. I work out so I don't cuss you out when you come and get your hair done.
We appreciate it. We appreciate all those
Everybody, there's stress relieving in this. This is my time. This is just my time to be by myself, to do my own thing, to deal with me. And wit is exactly what I meant to say. To deal with me. And so don't be coming at people based on what, because you have no idea what their victories are on a day-to-day basis of just being able to get up and get out the house and go and do what they do.
And go anywhere. There's a young lady that shows up to the class. She's new, but she's been coming, a little bit consistently now. She's probably twice my size. She works out in a sports bra, workout pants, and tennis shoes. And all of the stuff in the middle, she's slinging it on a burpee. She running that fence. We were doing leg day today. We did hip thrust and weighted this and sumo squats. She don't bit more care what nobody think about what she's doing, because she's doing better than people that won't even get up off the couch or can't get off the couch. Because let's be clear, there are some people who wish that their depression wasn't so severe that they could get up and go and move. And they're looking at themselves going, if I could just get myself out of bed. And so we have been conditioned by society to think that unless you're this big, you have to be ashamed of what your body looks like. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can't see all of them, but be clear. I am very well endowed up top. People pay good money for these.
Every day.
Every day, people paying good money. And so what I'm not about to do is walk around ashamed at how my body is shaped. There's a thing that I used to do. I used to hate it when it would be time for me to go try on clothes. Anybody know me knows I love to shop. But when it was time to try on clothes, I'd be like, oh my God, here we go again. I got to take these clothes off. I don't care what size a dress say now. If it fits me and it's cute, I'm going to buy it. And if it doesn't fit me, I'm going to buy it 2 sizes up and take it to Christy over there on South Boulevard and let her shape it to my body. You would think it was made for me.
Shout out to Christy up at South Boulevard.
Because she will make it work for you. But it's like we've just been conditioned to see how much you weigh. And can we be clear on something else? In the words of Nikki, let's be clear. Every skinny girl ain't healthy. I remember that old show with Tyra Banks. They used to do the modeling show.
America's Next
Yes.
Model.
And she made them do a wall sit. They had to sit on the wall. They had to slide their body down the wall and then bring it back up. This girl was half this big. She put her back on that wall and her whole body dropped and hit the floor, and she couldn't pick herself up because she had no strength in her body. She was just skinny. And so you cannot.
You say what you want to. These thighs saves all of the lives. All of the lives.
Ain't nobody mad at it. And if they are, they probably selling tea. So I'm sorry. I digress. I'm gonna come on back. Let me come on back. But if you think about it, like just like the young lady I told y'all about at the gym, she don't care what we think about her. She in there doing the same workout I'm doing. And there's another young lady, she was like, oh, I love your workout shirts. I just hate my arms being out. Why? They're yours. And so I have trained myself to forget the negative talk that I'm used to saying about my body. Oh, my knees don't work. Guess what? My knees held me up one more day. Because in about 3 or 4 days, these will be 46-year-old knees. I done had the same ones, and they've held me up another day.
We worked hard leg day today. I said, listen, y'all did a good job. I have to talk to them. Let them know that they're doing well. They hold me up. They keep me going.
Thank you.
Every day.
I appreciate you. So I challenge you, man, woman, non-gender conforming, whoever you are, stand in front of the mirror naked and look at yourself and just talk good to yourself. Y'all would think I was in there doing a whole show for the people. I'd be in that mirror, be like, come on, arms. Look at them. Come on, arms. Dancing, talking, because this is mine. I work on it every day. I left here the other day. I want a burger with French fries and a fried egg on top with mustard and mayonnaise and pickles and onions and lettuce. I wanted all the stuff on it. You know what I went home and had? A salad with extra cucumbers. Because I didn't want to have to do the work to get rid of that big old sloppy burger and fries that I was going to eat. Do I eat that sometimes? You better believe it. But last night I did chicken with red, brown, and purple rice. Have you ever even heard of it? I hadn't. However, it's what I'm doing for me. So, how do you encourage yourself? How do you celebrate yourself? Because the thing that you speak negatively to, you stunt the growth and the development. It happens with children. I saw a video today. Y'all know I have not birthed a child, but my godson is the joy of my life. My nieces and nephews, I love them dearly. I watched this lady. She was at a restaurant. Somebody was recording her, and she spilled something. And she told her son she wiped it up with the napkins, and she said, "Go throw this away." And he got up to throw it away, and as soon as he stood up, she threw it on him and was like, "Get that up and go throw it away." Why you got to talk to him like that and treat him like that? So imagine the stunted growth that this young man is going to go through because of how she's spoken to him. I just said, Lord, please don't let that resonate with his little soul and his little spirit, and let somebody be filling him with good words. I feel the same about my body. I have for a very long time, I remember being a child, I was the biggest person in my house and the biggest person in my family. I believe I got these girls because I was picking at my older sister when she got her first bra, and I was flinging it around the house in front of my cousins, and literally popped up with a C cup the next week. I ain't even started a training bra. I went straight from nothing to C cup, and I was like 8. But I remember people saying things to me like, "Oh, look at your little chubby self. Look at your little fat self. Oh, you're just fat and black. You're just as cute as you can be." You don't get to talk to me like that. What you can say is, "You was real thick and cute." Yes, I am. Yes, thank you so much. Because that's what I say to myself. You have to figure out the wins that you have when you can see them and when you can, especially when you can't. You don't let anybody talk against your progress. Nobody.
I had a trainer some years ago. I went to this kickboxing class. He was an MMA fighter, a retired MMA fighter. And this is when I just got started working out as an adult. And they put a little bread, the trays that they carry bread in might be about that tall. That's how I started doing box jumps. I could barely get up off the floor. But he said, "Do you walk around with a scale?" I was like, "Of course not." He said, "Exactly. So what difference does it make how much you weigh? What does it look like to you? Only you. And then start from there." Let me help y'all understand something. Even in the midst of insecurity, somebody think you is sexy.
Somebody. They're looking at you right now going, "Oh, if I just had one."
You're thinking, "Oh, this love handle ain't sit," because my body is, one love handle sits out farther than the other. Why you can't lay in like this side lay in? What's wrong with what's going on? Somebody wants to bite on it.
Why they got to bite it?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
For the people.
I'm just saying. What my encouragement is that the things that you don't like about yourself, somebody absolutely loves. But more importantly, find your way to loving them.
Exactly.
Because it's you. It's yours. Nothing is going to change. You know, people out here literally putting one head on and for another.
Girl.
With plastic surgery. They look like totally different people.
Dying over there in, Dominican, trying to get a butt. And if that's what you want, that's the money you can afford, go do what you're going to do. But what I don't plan to do is to kill myself for anybody's standards. When you listen to Nicki Minaj was doing an interview about her getting a BBL, and she said she was encouraged by the male artist in the field to do it.
The male artist in the field. Well, go ahead.
She said if she could do it over, she wouldn't. These people who are going to these underground dungeons, it still happens, getting these injections. Did you see the lady that lost both of her legs trying to get the butt injections? And it was vegetable oil they were putting in her body. Or what's her name? The singer has a whole show where she's talked about her trauma with plastic surgery and the
Okay, Michelle.
and I think she's up to like 30 something surgeries to get this stuff out of her body. So she works with other people, and it's devastating. These people can't sit down, can't lay down, because you're trying to create this or recreate this body that doesn't exist. The Barbie doll, if she was a woman to scale, she would have to walk on all fours. That image ain't even real. That's not real. And so you're doing all of these things. Be healthy. I'm not saying just lay around, eat whatever, and just let yourself go and have heart problems and blood problems. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. There are some days I do not want to get up when that alarm goes off at 4 o'clock. So I don't. I can't say it too loud because she might come up and be like, Alexa, stop. I make her go off. When she goes off, I set my alarm for 3 hours later, and I might show up at the 7 o'clock workout, maybe 8 o'clock. I still go, but give yourself some grace sometimes. When you think about all of the tragedies that have happened, people going out, doing all of this extra stuff, people pay for the lips you have, people pay for the nose you got, people trying to get your booty in your hips.
As big as it is, they still want it. You can say what you want to. I'm just cute sitting here. You can say
my photographer
what you want.
will say to me, he'll send me a text and be like, "You ain't cute," and I just send him back shii. Shit. Who you saying ain't cute? Because I know I'm cute. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear on this.
Per Aunt Nikki.
Because I love Aunt Nikki. She said, let's be clear. Let's be very clear. You are your best self right now. The only thing you can do is to be a better version of your best self. When I was laying around not doing anything, that was the best I could be at that moment. That's all I had to give. Sometimes, even Unlanda, the encourager, the prophet, the lover, the nurturer, the healer, it was all I could do some mornings to be out of bed by 11 o'clock. Sometimes my people would call me and ask me to do something at 10, which would require me to get out of bed at 9 o'clock. That was the best I could give at that time. I'm just a better version of myself now. And right now, today, this is the best version of me I can give you. Now, tomorrow, I might be a better version. But when it comes to tomorrow, that will be the best. So you've got to celebrate these wins that you have, even if it's not on the scale. If I would have gone by that number, I would have been devastated. Like, oh my gosh, I'm changing my eating, I'm working out, and I'm gaining weight. What is this? But my target was never to lose weight. It was to avoid medication. I'm already the champion. I win.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey, you can say what you want to, but
I win. Come on, look at this. Look, come on.
None of that move.
It don't move. It ain't going nowhere.
That's real. Now, it don't look like definition, as in bodybuilding, but trust and believe.
It ain't going nowhere.
There's no flabbies. But by all means, drink your tea. I'm going to tell you, I'm saying this and I mean it. Everybody ain't meant to be walking around here skinny.
They're just not. They're not.
That's my personal opinion. And evidently, Armanda agrees.
I agree.
Whatever it is that you feel like you look the best as, then that is for you to deal with. But if your goal is just to be skinny because they done told you that you need to be skinny, you might just want to rethink that.
I have a friend. She was thick, just a thick lady. She dropped all of this weight, and I was like, I remember she said to me, she said, I'm still trying to get used to how I look. And I went to her bodybuilding competition, and every muscle on her body you can see, that works for her. I can't do that. That don't work for me. My build is not the same. So you saw these women who they may be in one category or another category, or another category, and their bodies were different, but you saw these muscles and you could see their work and their dedication to it. Put yourself in the right category and compete with yourself. That's the problem. A lot of us are trying to categorize ourselves into a category that we don't even qualify to compete in
At all.
Your body isn't made for that. And so she can celebrate her body because she's doing the work to sculpt it the way she wants to. I may not be her same size, but I can celebrate mine because it's sculpting. Before we came on, I showed Nitra a before and after picture. And in the picture, you could even see it from my face. I had my head down. I was just kind of looking like, oh, I don't want nobody to see this me. Even though I took the full body picture, I was completely round in the middle, no definition. That last picture, that little waist went in, that belly went in, and I was like, okay, come on in. But you might not see that in my clothes. Some people do now. If I haven't seen somebody in a while, they'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Be like, I am doing it. That's what I'm doing. It. We don't have to worry about what the it is. I'm just doing it. But I'm celebrating my win. And my thing for you is, what are you even trying to accomplish? So you can celebrate that. Because if you put yourself in the wrong category, then it's like that thing where it says, if you assess a fish climbing a tree, it will never win.
Right.
But if you assess a monkey climbing the tree, he wins every time. You got to be in the right category so you can celebrate the wins, even if it's off the scale. Because when I go shopping now, it just happened to me. I went to Belk. I found this cute shirt. It was just cute, glittery, sparkling. And, I likes me some glitter. Now I need to be like, all this glitter and extra.
She's so extra.
Hey.
That's why we love her. So it is what it is.
It's glittery and it was black. I was like, I'm gonna wear this thing. I picked the size I normally would pick because I wasn't trying it on. I get home and it swallowed me whole. And I was like, let me get back to this store so I can go down a size. And then I went in there and found it in emerald green. It was destined for me to go back and get a smaller size. Come on, somebody. Come on, we celebrate.
It was destined.
It was destined. I went back because I didn't see the green when I was in there the first time. See how I work it out for you? You celebrate the accomplishments, the wins, all of them. When I did my first box jump, you would have thought because I didn't think I could do it. I jumped on that box 20 inches off the floor and I was like, come on. I was like, I was in there screaming. They was like, yes, yes. But I feel like that every time I try something that I didn't think I could do. When I did 26 chin-ups in a row by myself, now, I had the little band when I was stepping in, so it gave me a little bounce. But before I couldn't do one.
And she didn't do it. We went to the beach one year and I was doing this video workout. It was during COVID. And so I was like, come on. And so she was like, I'm going to go walking. She wouldn't even try.
I didn't even try it.
She can do all of that stuff now.
I put my workout clothes on and walked the beach and was like, oh, I did my 3 miles today. Look at me. I celebrated that win too, though. But I wouldn't even try the workout. It's the same workout, isn't it?
Same type of stuff.
It's the home workout for where I go right now.
If you would sometimes just get out there and just try. You'll never know until you just give it a try. But while we're talking about non-scale victories are not just about weight.
Absolutely.
Non-scale victories are about life. If you can save $5 more this week than you saved last week, that is a victory.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with anybody else. That just has to do with you. If you are a procrastinator and you get up this morning and you're ready to go and you're at work before you're supposed to be there, that's a victory. So small things. When I do my post on Instagram, my plan was to do 365 days of workout. And that by day 34, my body was like, yeah, that's not a thing. However, we're at day 80, 81 or something like that. But hashtag compound effect.
Yep.
That is one. There was this book one of my good friends told me about reading. Darren Hardy. I think that's the author's name. But it just talks about small things, adding to small changes.
Yep.
Becoming a compound in your life. You can say what you want to. If I put a quarter in a jar every day for 5 years, how much money do I have at the end of that 5 years? It was just a quarter.
That was it.
It was just a little, but it doesn't matter. Those small things always add up to be bigger things. She did one box jump. That was that one day. Then you go back, you do some more leg weight work, and you get stronger. And then now I'm doing 3 in a row.
Yep.
And then I'm getting even stronger. Now I'm doing 10. So whatever it is, sometimes you just got to celebrate the victory for yourself.
Yep.
Don't be worried about nobody else. I think I said that at the beginning. Worry about yourself and your team.
Yep.
Yes, I'm talking to you, whoever you are.
Because you know she gonna find another way to get back to me and see this, even though I had to block her. But
you gonna see it.
Because even though you're beating yourself up about where you are, somebody is steady watching you right now. I had a cousin who...
Hold on. And there's a 2-part to that. Somebody watching and they jealous as hell. But somebody else is watching and you're encouraging them.
Exactly. I had a cousin who wasn't working out, and I used to post, because I use Apple products, that I was closing my rings. And so every day that I would close my rings, I would post I started my post, another one done. And I would post the picture of my workout or whatever I did, or just my after workout sweat or whatever, and go on. And she sent me an inbox message and was like, how do you get started? And I was like, you just pick a day and start. So now she's leading the circle of people working out in her immediate family. So she went from watching me, who I didn't think I was doing that great, I was just trying to do it, to now she's leading a group of people. So somebody's watching you thinking, if I could just do that. I had this lady see me in the mall the other day, and she said, you have the body I want. I was like... You can't have this one, but I tell you what I do. Normally I get that about my hair. People be like, oh, I want your hair. But she literally said to me, you have the body I want. And she said, I just don't know how to get started. You know what I told her? I said, I'm going to give you 2 things to do. Number 1, don't eat anywhere that has a drive-through. That was number 1. And number 2, move every day. Whether you go for a walk, whether you jump rope, hula hoop, do jumping jacks, figure out a way to move. I said, and do it 20 minutes a day. And you keep going, and you'll figure out how to do it. I didn't tell her to drink no tea, go get a gym membership. I didn't try. I move and don't eat anywhere with a drive-through. So, you know, where you are right now is where somebody would love to be. And so competing against yourself, looking at the non-scale victories, because the truth of the matter is I'm happier. Mm-hmm. That's a non-scale victory. I pop up now. I mean, you know, unless I'm sleeping, I just don't want to go. But I can pop up, do what I have to do. I've been able to get my emotions in check. Mentally, I'm in a really good place. I just feel really good. And it's a big difference when you're not stressed out about medication for this, medication for that. Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh, I hope I don't lose my sight. You know, they cut off such and such leg when they had diabetes. Just thinking about the bad stuff is stressful enough.
It's a lot.
But you might see me smile, but you don't understand the victory of having joy. Because you can't measure that on the scale. As a matter of fact, you get on the scale and you might contradict what you feel. So give yourself some grace. Celebrate all of the wins. And if the scale helps you measure, do that. We're not telling you don't get on the scale. I'm telling you don't measure your life by that number. I can wear a 1X in one store and go to another store and can't fit anything. That's a 3X. So how am I supposed to be mad at myself if I'm wearing a 2X today? What does that number matter? It doesn't matter. What matters is when I get in these clothes and I look good. Because if you go by the scale, by the chart, The Rock is considered obese.
The Rock. The reason we call him The Rock is because he is shaped like a freaking rock.
A
he
boulder.
is hard like a rock.
Like a rock.
I don't know if I should have Nevertheless, y'all know what I'm talking about.
We know what you mean.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
But if you go by that chart,
he's obese.
He's obese. So when you think about that, I mean, it don't feel so bad when you see it. It's like, well, I mean, I'm in the same category as The Rock.
Don't go by that mess.
Subjective. It's very subjective.
They ask you for your height, your weight, and sometimes your age. And then they give you a chart and say this is what it is. Don't nobody know how much water is in here. Don't nobody know how much muscle you have. There is a picture online. Let's see if I can find it. I can insert it. There's a picture online that shows 150 pounds with like 7 different women.
Yeah.
And there's this one girl who is tiny. She's a size 2, but she's 150 pounds. Mm-hmm. But she's 150 pounds of muscle. But she's still tiny.
Yeah.
But she's still muscular. So let's not do that no more. We're going to be done with that.
Fix your languaging, how you talk about yourself, whether it's to other people or to yourself. That movie with Jill Scott in it and that beautiful black man where she was getting a divorce and she was out in the mountains with the man because her husband had left her.
Why did I get married?
Yes. And she makes a joke and she was like, something big as I am. And he stopped her and said, I hate it when you do that because it makes me uncomfortable for you the way you talk about yourself. It's uncomfortable for people to be around, be like, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Fat, but good. What? I'm doing good. I'm good. And so if you change the way you speak to your body, maybe your body will respond more positively. I thank my knees every day. Thank you for one more workout. I appreciate that. Because if they go out, you understand the value then. When I sprained my ankle and I was out of the gym, it was like a month and a half. Every time I got up to work out and I could get that shoe on and get through the workout, thank you, ankle, for holding me up. I really appreciate you. You did good. Y'all talk better to your cars than you do to your body. Oh, thank you. My car got me there. Thank you, Betsy Sue. Thank you. And you pat the dashboard. Thank you for getting me where I was going. Sue. Oh, Betsy Sue, Or Corolla, your Camry. Oh, you talk good to your cars when they do something you want them to do. Can you talk better to your bodies? Get in the mirror. That's really my challenge for you. Stand in the mirror, naked, and look at your body and celebrate, because each scar that I have is a story of my life. Each pound that I gained is a story of my life. Every muscle that I have, stories. It's the physical makeup of all of my experiences.
We're going to end with this one. It's a story.
Come on, let's tell the story.
We were in college. I used to do hair, periodically in school too. And I think I was just doing my hair, but I had my curling irons on the bed. So I go to the bathroom and do something. I come in, I sit down on the curling irons. I got a scar on my booty right now. So all I'm saying is, just to reiterate what Anlonda said, if I showed y'all the picture of my booty with that scar, y'all be like, girl, I ain't gonna insert that one. I ain't gonna insert that one.
We don't need that
But
picture.
I'm just saying. Love you. You the only you that there is. You're the only you that there's ever gonna be. Absolutely. And you're the only you that you have. Whatever we have right now. Because them 3 seconds is gone, never to come back. What we have right now is always worth celebrating.
Always.
So, with that being said, love you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Bye.